Hate ads? Want to listen to your music in peace? Sign up for SoundCloud Go so you can listen ad-free and offline. With SoundCloud, you have access to more music than any other streaming platform. Your subscription also directly benefits independent artists, paying them more based on your listens. Sign up for SoundCloud Go today.
I try to discover a little something to make me sweeter. Oh baby, refrain from breaking my heart. I'm so in love with you. I'll be forever blue. That you give me no reason why you make me work so hard. That you give me no, that you give me no, that you give me no soul. I hear you calling, oh baby, please give a little respect to me. And if I should falter, you open your arms out to me. We can make love, not war, and live in peace with our hearts. I'm so in love with you. I'll be forever blue. What religion or reason could drive a man to forsake his lover? Don't you tell me no, don't you tell me no, don't you tell me no, don't you tell me no. So I hear you calling, oh baby, please give a little respect to
to get any bigger, it would be a huge ask. Newry City have only won 3 games in the league this season. To try and win 3 more than Ballymena United before the end of the season would be a huge ask. This is how we're shaping up across the weekend. One other game in the top flight tonight. Larne could go top. They would if they are to get the better of Loughgall. It won't be an easy match, and Loughgall have already registered an upset against the Invermen this season. 4 cracking ties on Saturday. You can keep across the action on Sports Sound on BBC Radio Ulster and BBC Sounds. It's great to have you along with us. It's great to have Tim McCann here as well. He's going to steer me right through this. Tim, big pressure games, you're well used to them. What are the players thinking as they're going to head out through the tunnel any minute here?
Yeah, I mean, you can feel the tension around the ground. It feels almost like a cup final, like a do-or-die game. Obviously, it's not. There's still a lot to play for in the league, but I'm sure there'll be a bit of nervousness, especially among the managers. Players-wise, I don't think so much. But for me, all the emphasis has to be on the home team. I know Newry haven't won a home game this season, and it's imperative, obviously, with the... I mean, you're looking at their team sheet and the amount of experience that they have. And I feel that they're the ones that have to go for it tonight, and you might just see maybe Ballymena sitting back and maybe trying to hit them on the counter.
As we've alluded to, there are 2 sides that struggle to score goals, so that comes into it. If you concede the first goal in this game, you're only going to feel more nervous.
Absolutely, and that'll be a worry, I'd say, more so for Barry Gray. You considering they've conceded 65 goals, it's quite a concern. But, you know, we could either have a 0-0 draw or maybe a 5-each draw here. You just don't know what you're going to get. 2 very experienced goalkeepers as well. You know, I think we're in for a very entertaining game, and you know, I think it's one that it'll be a good watch.
Experience is an interesting thing that you mentioned, because there's so many of those Ballymena United players are very youthful. They don't have too many older heads in their panel. No,
when you look at the right side, the right centre back, young McCallion, you've also got young Sean Brown who's on loan from Larne. You know, so maybe down that side they'll have looked at the team sheet and says, you know, can we get down our left-hand side and try and expose, you know, that right-hand flank as such of Ballymena. It might be something that they may try. But in saying that, you know, kids nowadays have no fear. They'll just go about their business. Sean Brown has a lot of experience, as does young McCallion. You know, obviously he's on loan from Derry, so I don't foresee any problems with the 2 young kids.
And from Newry City's point of view, they've had that real disappointment of the Newington results. Obviously, Newington boosted by Rory Donnelly, and by all accounts, a fantastic performance from them to progress in the Cup. But Newry City, are they going to try and paint it as a blessing, try and say to themselves, look, we might not have won the Irish Cup anyway, just focus on the league here?
Do you know what? You know, you always, as a manager, try and take the positives out of everything, and although Barry will be bitterly disappointed, he can't show that to the players. He can't show that, you know, that he's defeated in his mind. He's going to be a positive person. He is a very positive person, and I think they'll go out here all guns blazing and try and get the win.
Well, you can see the players on the pitch. Let's bring you the lineup, starting with the host Newry City. 3 changes from that defeat against Newington. Donald Scullion returning for this, his 50th outing for the club. Lorcan Ford gets his first minutes under Barry Gray since Barry Gray's arrival. Ford coming back from injury. Ball back in the team too. And top scorer Adam Sally in attack. He scored in the win in October at Ballymena United. He would love to do that here at home for Newry. For Ballymena United, it's 1 alteration from their last game, that defeat against Linfield. Young defender Dahi McCallion, what a big occasion to get his debut on loan from Derry City, a Northern Ireland Youth International as well. 240th appearance for Stephen McCulloch, who is in the left wing back position, and Calvin McCurry, who joined from Ballyclare Comrades, is part of the Sky Blues attack. Our referee is Christopher Morrison. His assistant officials are Rachel Greer and Christian Hanna. Jamie Robinson is the 4th official here in Newry. And these, the last moments of calm before the battle commences, and it could well be a nervy occasion. Tim's already said, you know, could be like a cup final in many ways. There is so much riding on this. It is impossible to avoid that, isn't it, really? And I'm just wondering, how that weighs on you as a player. How do you try and not overthink it?
Yeah, and you can't be too hyped up in these games. The worst thing you can do is get too hyped up, start making mistakes. The other thing too, Michael, is, you know, don't want to be flying into tackles, albeit, you know, there's nothing wrong with a bit of aggression, but the last thing you want to do is let your team down and get sent off. So, you know, as much as you want to show aggression, but just be careful.
No blue cards here, not yet. Anyway, so we'll see how Chris Morrison gets on. But it is going to be Ballymena United in the change strip to kick off, and Fraser Taylor standing over the ball. After our last check of the watch, we are underway. Hold on to your hats. Let's see how it goes. Ballymena United looking for an early attack, and the experienced figure of Ryan McGivern going back to his keeper. Brought a few oohs out of the crowd, and always testing first few minutes, isn't it, for a goalkeeper, your first touch?
Do you know what? He did actually very well, because the ball bounced just before him and he caught it lovely on the half volley.
McMurray holding it up well. There are a few puddles on that pitch as well, so difficult for the ball to always move through. They've done a good job given the conditions in the last 24 hours. There were those that did fear whether this game would go ahead, but nothing could stop us making the journey down, Tim.
No, that's right.
Early defending for the hosts, who, if you haven't seen much in Newry this season, they certainly do have a pretty quick counter-attack about them. I was here a few weeks ago when they posed all sorts of problems for Cliftonville, and we saw how late in the game it took Cliftonville to eventually get the win.
Absolutely, and it was tough for them that day as well, and it was Barry's first game. You know, but the likes of Lorcan Ford, who can burst forward, has got great pace, and he'd be hard to deal with.
Nelson's throw bouncing through and almost stabbed through by McCurry. Newry City just having to be patient in these opening exchanges off the ball, but their defence can be stretched here. A chance to get in behind, and a good shot, and well saved it was. McCurry, lively start, but Connor Mitchell equal to it.
Yeah, it was a great run. It was a fantastic ball. Just took out the whole back four. It was a fantastic ball. Did everything right. You know, tried to hit it across the keeper as best as he could. Maybe a foot further left, but great save.
McCurry, who scored 13 goals and 23 for Ballyclare in this campaign before his move. 23 goals and 59 appearances in total. A loss to Stephen Small's team in the championship, but a great opportunity for McCurry.
Yeah, it looks a good partnership, actually, McMurray and McCurry, even though it rhymes, you know, but you can see what they're doing. They keep interchanging. They keep interchanging, making runs in the channels. One will stay through the middle and one will make the run in the channel. And Johnny holds the ball up really well, very experienced.
Early glimpse of the benches, and Jim Irvin peering on. I just wonder what this is like for him. Barry Gray has that experience. For Jim, these are all new experiences, and this is certainly a challenging night for both of them. Yeah,
well, I mean, he's certainly been put straight into the fire, hasn't he, for his first managerial job. But I think he's held himself well. You know, even in his interviews, everything about him. You know, speaking to some of the Ballymena players, you know, he's very good to work for. He's a good manager. He's a good motivator, and it just takes time to get him right. And if he does survive this season, and they do survive next season, then he's got next season to build on again.
King took the throw in. He's helping it forwards. Ball was cut out initially by Robinson. Barry Gray's team not able to get a hold of the ball just yet. They will do now with Healy. Ball blocked off by McCallion, and it could well be the case that if they are to pose problems, it'll be this near side with Healy and ball and what they offer.
Yeah, they're two very experienced players. I'm surprised Ball isn't taking it, because he has a decent long throw.
Managed to keep that in, according to the assistant official. Nothing they could do about that one, as Ballymena have the throw-in, and Brown will leave that duty to his teammate McCallion.
I think probably safe to say, Michael, Ballymena come into this game probably on the better form. They were, you know, obviously very unfortunate last week, you know, away to Linfield. By all accounts, they played really well, created some good chances, and were unfortunate. I know the scoreline, they could be 2-0, but by all accounts playing good football, and especially impressed by Fraser Taylor in midfield.
Well, both managers aren't shying away from the fact that, you know, statistics overall probably aren't their friends. You look through, and it isn't hard to be negative. They're doing that difficult job that all good managers must do, which is keep positive and try and encourage their players on. And tonight is a real opportunity to do just that, to try and breathe life in. And I have to say, when you look at the quality in the Championship this season, even avoiding automatic relegation doesn't guarantee you anything, does it?
No, absolutely not. I mean, you know, if you're getting into a game, you know, a two-game, you know, whether it's against, say, Institute or Dundela or one of those clubs, you certainly wouldn't fancy it. It would be very, very tough. I mean, you only need to look at, you know, what Ballyclare did against Dungannon last week.
Mitchell leaving his area and taking no chances.
I think that seems the theme. They've obviously done their homework. You know, Newry play kind of a high line, so they're looking to get that ball in between or in behind their back four for the two strikers to run onto.
Well, it will most certainly keep centre backs honest. Nothing worse than having a nippy forward. And in some ways, it's a bit of a traditional front pairing, isn't it? You've got the big player that can hold it up and link it up, and the player that's prepared to do all the running for him.
Absolutely.
McCallion assessing and surveying that ahead of him. McMurray did well there. Looked like he was being held on to, and the visitors have the corner.
So important nowadays, Michael, the set pieces, you know, for all teams, you know, whether you're a top team struggling to score a goal against the lower team if they're sitting in, you know.
Stephen McCulloch, who's going to take it. Scored a brilliant free kick against Newry City at Mourneview a few seasons ago in the Irish Cup. He's standing over this one, readying his delivery. Decent ball in as well. And comfortably held by Conor Mitchell. Nobody from Ballymena United attacking that one.
I think that's all I was waiting for, Michael. Someone just to get across the front post and get a nod on. I've seen Johnny McMurray putting his hand up.
Well, the flag stays down. Ford did well initially. Got it onto his right side, but couldn't do better with a cross.
Actually had a spur man, Michael, coming at the edge of the box as well, if he's able to pick him out.
They have, without doubt, missed his influence. Healy with the throw-in. Ballymena with everybody back inside their own half. Healy just caught there. Chris Morrison on the spot. Gives the free kick in the way of the hosts. Just a little overzealous from Brown.
Yeah, that's what he gives you, Sean.
No shortage of options in the centre. It's a decent ball in as well, which O'Neill parries away. Brandon Doyle, who took the free kick, is herring back. Fantastic work rate from him as he tries to assist in the defensive effort. It's Healy who's moving across, and on his weaker side can only knock it into touch.
Yeah, you had a 4v3 there in Ballymena's favour if they had played the right ball.
Boyle. Well, you look at it and it feels like it's just starting to open up in front of us, doesn't it?
There's gaps opening everywhere, you know, it's now going end to end.
Promising sign for neutrals, heart attack territory for anybody else. deeply invested in the fate of one team or the other. Referee.
Do you know what, it was
Not
great.
happy with that challenge?
Yeah, it was good to see young McCallion. He didn't make anything of it. Yes, listen, it's one of those tackles. He actually leads with his knee, pulls his foot back. You know, someone older, maybe more experienced, would have rolled around the ground, but young McCallion just got on with it.
No malice in it from Scullion. They would know each other well. Maybe that helped assist relations between players there. No fuss. Ball, receiving the ball and opening his body up to try and play that pass. Fraser Taylor, well, he took it well, but didn't get enough weight behind his pass, and McCulloch was sold short. A little scrappy, but Newry City benefiting. Will they be able to test Sean O'Neill from here? Not afraid to play their way out from the back. McMurray looked like he was standing offside just as that was taken.
Yeah, just marginally, yeah. But you can see what they're trying to do, Michael.
Makes you think twice, doesn't it, as a defender trying to hold the high line?
It's a risky game, you know. Standing right now, you've obviously 3 defenders against 2 forwards, but it just takes one mistake.
King. They were queuing up in there. No one can afford to dangle a leg. Half-hearted appeal for a handball corner. The decision there, a little optimistic, they'll ask for anything. Well, they will most certainly take the corner.
Did well, showed a good bit of strength, stayed on his feet, earned his team a corner.
And clearly off the midriff of Kim Nelson, that ball in from forward. Well, I think we're going to have a word here before we have a corner, with a bit of pushing and shoving going on in there.
I don't think no matter how much you talk to players, Michael, it's never going to stop. You see it daily.
And then they swap. I'll push this fella instead. Is that okay now? We shall see. It's going to be the delivery of Brandon Doyle again. It's a good ball in. King couldn't get a stronger connection on his header. And now the breakaway could be on. Great distribution from Sean O'Neill. Taylor. Still he's going. They've got the ball back. And in, but nobody there.
It was a very quick break. It was a great ball by Sean O'Neill to catch them on the hop. I think they were still sleeping a little bit, Newry. They were kind of watching where the ball goes, and all of a sudden when they seen Sean hitting that, it was a great run by Taylor. It's just sometimes that final ball, he was just trying to get a shot off.
Fantastic pick out from Sean O'Neill, who recently played his 500th Irish League match, which is a testament to the career he has had. Only player to play every minute for Ballymena United in the league this season as well.
Well, that's testament to him and how much the manager thinks of him as well.
McCulloch just wanted a bit more space there. He's created it for himself. He's continued his run. He might have wanted the ball back. Newry City eventually able to take it away from McCurry, who was maybe a little preoccupied with trying to get a goal rather than help his teammates out. Nelson had the reading of that. He's had to adapt, hasn't he, into that left centre-back role, Kim Nelson. It looks like he's pretty comfortable there these days. I know he spent most of the season there. Still think of him as a centre midfielder predominantly, but
yeah,
he's adapted.
Yeah, he's big and strong. He's a lot of experience. He's had a few clubs, and I think he knows the league and the game inside out.
Not everybody has that versatility in their game. Sometimes great players can look very average when you just move them slightly on a pitch.
Yeah, they're invaluable at times. You know, the likes of a James Milner that could have played anywhere. The likes of Kim there, he can play anywhere as well. And obviously, if you asked him, he's that type of guy. He would play.
We're all now thinking of different teammates we've had at whatever level who just took a nosebleed when you moved them. Almost 15 minutes played here.
I don't want to say them on air.
I could see the cogs turning.
The cogs were turning there.
Looking to throw someone under the bus. There's still plenty of time. All of Tim's old teammates now. You have to watch the end of the game to see if you're safe. Healy recycling possession. Brilliant run there. And O'Neill getting enough on it to send it out. Sally showing just the sort of threat he can be.
Yeah, he's a very dangerous player. You know, just look at the strength and the turn, the little speed to get away, gets a shot on target. Great save, by the way, on these difficult conditions, but, you know, you just can't give Sally an inch in the box.
Scored 28 goals in 34 matches in the Championship last year, and is Newry City's top scorer this season with 11, looking to add to that. Came close, and he is amongst the men trying to free themselves of their markers. As you can see, Nelson keeping him at arm's length for the time being. Doyle. So many Ballymena United players back there. Again, it's Taylor. Head tennis. McEwen putting his head in where others might have shied away, but he's won his team a free kick. High boot there, correctly called by the referee.
Yeah, he done very well there, very brave. Good spot by the ref.
This is 30th start this season. Barney McEwen. Was offside, but play to the whistle and all that.
Yeah, as a manager, you'd love to see it. Seeing your keeper coming for, just it helps your defenders out, knowing that you have a keeper there that's going to come anything in and around. He just come and clear, gets a really good punch on it, and then doesn't know that it makes another good save.
Sally was with the shot, but the assistant official in a perfect position to look across the line and see that that was indeed offside. Still scoreless at this stage in the match, but chances starting to arrive.
I think once you get one, Michael, then one of the teams will then have to have a go, and that will create spaces.
Well, it was 0-0 back in December when these sides met here. Not sure that 0-0 or a draw of any kind will feel good enough if you're Newry City in particular. They'll have to manage their own expectations as time goes on. Taylor. Nelson trying to play a bit more direct there, but dispossessed. King back to McEwen and across to McGivern. And whereas the first few minutes of the game, Barry Gray's team didn't have much of the ball, they're trying to change that. They're trying to get themselves a bit more of a hold of possession.
Well, they're not allowing Ballymena to play those long balls in behind. You know, haven't done that in the last sort of 7 or 8 minutes. They haven't been able to do it, and that's all credit to Newry. They're trying to squeeze up, and they're trying to kill it at source and stop it. Although it's difficult here with McCallion. He'll be looking one over the top now.
Looking to switch plays, giving McCulloch a bit to chase there, but he did well. Getting back, the former Glentoran man. Brown was an option on the wing. Instead, they've looked to McMurray. Almost anywhere you look on the pitch, it seems congested. There's lots of areas which are tightly occupied, and then all of a sudden it opens up. McMurray, it might have been a cross, it turned into a shot, And Mitchell at his near post was taking no chances.
Yeah, I mean, Connor does very well there, the keeper, because, Johnny is definitely trying to cross this. And he's free in the middle, so he did well just to guard his near post. And not get distracted to McCurry, who's in the middle. Again, great play by Taylor. He looks very neat and tidy on the ball.
A lot of their promising moves come through him. Newry City having a player treated at the moment, which is why the corner has been delayed. And it's going to have to be a change, unfortunately. Well, that isn't what they wanted to see, is it?
That's the last thing you want.
Well, we'll see what that means in terms of who's going to come on, but maybe just brought back a little too soon, was it? Stephen Paul. Frustrated figure, and understandably so. But it's going to be Georgie Poynton who replaces him. And his first duties will be to help his team navigate this set piece. Anyone superstitious? Substitutions before corners? Didn't have a choice there. McCulloch hanging it in. Mitchell doing very well, seeing through the ruck of bodies and calming it down for the home team.
Yeah, it's a great catch, especially coming through a ruck of players there to come and get that.
Forward by Healy.
It's great covering by McCallion there.
It's going to be Healy to take the throw in. Good start to the game for Dahi McCallion. Was on loan last season at Finn Harps. Derry City, I'm sure, keen to monitor his progress. Shot never looked that convincing, really. Bit of a scuffed effort. Sean O'Neill comfortably able to watch that all the way.
As you said, Michael, there's little half chances starting to appear, and just takes sometimes a wee bit of composure inside the box, maybe to take a little touch, and the way Sally did a few minutes ago.
I think it was Scullion that had that chance there. Not necessarily the strongest part of his game, goal scoring, but got himself in a good position. Approaching the halfway stage inside this first half as Jim Irvin's team go on their latest foray forwards. McCurry, McCulloch, and now Boyle. Just rocking it back and forth, trying to find a way to get that cross in, and what they haven't done is looked across the line. Yeah,
I think you can see Johnny McMurray getting frustrated. It's coming on to McCulloch, and he's got a great left foot. Just take one touch and just deliver it. You never know what's going to happen. At the end of the day, Newry have conceded quite a lot of goals. Put the ball into the box. We haven't seen too many crosses coming in from Ballymena. Everything seems to be trying to be worked. But Taylor's the one that's pulling all the strings at the minute.
That was something that Jim Irvin has been speaking about this week at times, that need for a third or fourth touch when he doesn't want them to do that. He wants it to be quicker. And is that a mental thing with players?
Yeah, it must be. I mean, when I looked at McCulloch receiving the ball there, his first thought wasn't, how can I get this in the box? His first thought is, how can I take a touch and pass this to somebody or look for somebody else, rather than that being his only option. But when you're playing with two centre forwards, plus you've got the wing back coming in from the other side, you've at least three in the box plus an attacking midfielder. I think you're going to have more success if you put the ball in.
Spoken with a man who has done that quite a few times in his career. You like beating your man first, though, didn't you?
Aye.
I'm saying that.
But then if you were too tired, you just took a touch and put it in. And then if there was no one in there, it wasn't my fault.
Great bit of skill that from Doyle. Timely intervention in the centre. Clobbered clear. McKeown scanning to see if he has any options, and McCurry showing a great appetite to deny him that easy clearance. Ballymena United nearly forcing a mistake from the Newry back line, but Barry Gray's team managed to clear their lines. They're probably about to have to go back in the defensive mode again here.
it's great work from both sides, Michael. I mean, they're putting a lot of effort into the match, but it's just that little bit of quality maybe that you're kind of looking for.
The other Premiership game tonight between Larne and Loughgall. Larne are now 1-0 up. Andy Ryan with the goal for Tiernan Lynch's team, as Johnny McMurray tries from range. Well, we said bobbled.
Yeah, we'll blame the pitch. Johnny will do that, but you know what? He'll maybe had 2 or 3 of those, and then the next one will just fly into the top corner. Always look back at the goal he scored in the Irish Cup final. You know, it was phenomenal. It was fantastic. When Johnny doesn't have too much time to think about things, you know, and just hits it on the cuff.
He scored a brilliant goal at the Ballymena showgrounds as well on the volley from very close to the halfway line. I remember being there that night for that. So he certainly has it in his locker. That isn't one to add to the highlight reel, but we've covered it up for him. Free kick awarded there by Chris Morrison, who I'm sure will be pleased that he hasn't had too much to do so far. Honest contest between these two teams at the bottom of the table. If you're just joining us, 6 points between them. Newry City with a game in hand, which they will play on Tuesday against Loughgall away from home. Taylor, his initial bit of control was good, but wasn't able to pick anyone out in his team's colours after bringing the ball under control.
You know, the other thing too, Michael, is you want to get something out of this game, because the next, you know, I know Newry have a game away to Loughgall, but the 2 after that, you know, Ballymena's they're home to Larne, and Newry's away to the Glentoran, you know, next weekend, and you know, they're really, really tough games. You know, Newry will probably be looking at this. Could they, you know, get something in this game? Could they get something again in the Loughgall game? You know, which gives them, you know, 2 points potentially. They get a win tonight, 4 points. You know, anything to close that gap.
Well, both of them have picked up 11 points against the teams in the bottom half of the league this season, so they're pretty similar form there. Ballymena United have had an extra opportunity. They've taken 11 from a potential 39 as opposed to 11 from potential 36, so it does show you their shared woes. And combined, they have 35 league goals, which is better than only 3 of the Premiership teams, and not by very much. We're talking single digits difference, so you factor it all in, it makes sense why they are where they are, but they do have time to try and make amends. Give yourself a chance going into the split, as we've heard said by so many managers down through the years.
And that's all you want. You want to, if you're on the coattails, you know, if Newry are on the coattails of Ballymena or somebody else get into the split, all you want is a chance.
McCallion, eyes up and looking for McMurray. McEvan getting the better of him there, and Healy not afraid to lump it forwards and try and stretch play that way, but it's coming back on them. McMurray glancing across, and McEvan as well is there. Good defending again from him.
Yeah, very good, very experienced too, McEvan. But McMurray and Curry making those runs. It was a great ball by Brown down the line. Just sometimes when you see the long balls, there's probably about a 30-yard gap when the ball's being played up to the 2 centre forwards. So if the defender does win it and head it back, there's no one picking up the second ball for Ballymena.
Well, McCulloch will continue set-piece duty. Barry Gray is shouting instructions into the area, into his players. They're all hemmed in and around the penalty box at the moment. McCulloch. And they keep the pressure on.
Again, Johnny McMurray's going nuts, because again, Stevie had it on his left foot there when it arrived him, just probably to put it into the box, but I think they're probably frustrated because you still had the centre backs up there from the previous corner.
Taylor does very well there, doesn't he? Just stops the ball on the line. Able to turn in tight spaces. Ballymena shading it, you would feel at this point in time, but nothing between them. Nelson had the support there. Robinson providing that. Good old-fashioned clearance followed.
It does have the feel and the look of a basement battle, really, doesn't it?
Well, I think everybody coming into this one knew it wouldn't necessarily be pretty. It's just about the result. Flag is up there. Ballymena straying offside again. Newry City holding their line well.
In the last few minutes, I mean, there hasn't really been much service to Adam Sally whatsoever. There hasn't been much balls into the box for him to go and attack, or even under his feet. I mean, you've seen the danger that he causes teams. You know, if you were the Newry City manager, and probably wants to, is to get the ball into Adam Sally as much as you can.
Well, he is the danger man, there's no doubt about that. Drifting there to try and move some markers around. McKeown get another bite at this. Forward they come. Rocks wasn't able to stop it.
There's nobody in the box, Michael. There was one person running into the box. And
it's a difficult one, wasn't it, for Brandon Doyle, who had to make up an awful lot of space in front of him very quickly. Now he's sprinting back as well and asking Healy to step out and try and stop Brown from advancing. They have had to move personnel around a little bit because of that change for Ball coming off injured. Doyle is in that wide area. Brown. Oh, he's done well to get it back on his right foot. He's gone for a goal. And it's off the frame of the goal. Great bit of invention from Sean Brown, and he very nearly got his first goal for Ballymena United.
he done very well. He just stood king up. He knew exactly what he was doing. Got himself onto his favoured right foot and puts his head down and just hits it with everything he has. It was a great strike. Fantastic strike. Although, looking at it, you know, the keeper probably has it covered. And I'm sure if he puts his head down, maybe tries to head it across the face of goal as well. But it was fantastic play.
Showing that bit of flair, isn't it? You know, Healy wasn't necessarily expecting him to try and take him on like that, and Brown he made it himself.
You know, and Healy's a very experienced fullback as well. You know, he's...
Well, a handball just given there. What was the point you were going to make on Healy?
Just saying, he's a very experienced fullback, and you've got a young lad of Sean Brown who's not fazed by, you know, getting up against him in a 1v1 situation, and obviously that there will give him a bit of confidence. Every time you get the ball and you take somebody on and you're able to beat them, you gain that little bit of confidence.
Well, will it be Taylor or McCulloch this time? It's going to be the in-swinger.
That's an unbelievable delivery into the box. It really is. And I'm sure Jim's wondering where his strikers are, his centre backs are. It's a fantastic delivery. Just waiting for someone just to run onto it and say fit it into the net or head it.
Such an inviting ball, and you get an appreciation of it there. Just it lands in the 6-yard box.
I'm looking at some of the players there, even you know, throwing their arms up. Jimmy Robinson, he puts his arms up in the air as if to go, but he's standing on the edge of the 18-yard box. Someone's got to go in and attack it.
Well, Taylor does top the assists for Ballymena. He has 7 to his name. Started every game since arriving here. 31 games that he's featured in. He started on loan from St Mirren.
Well, you can definitely see the quality, Michael. You can definitely see how he was at St Mirren. You know, good with both feet. You know, always wants the ball, always finds space and time on the pitch.
Ballymena had a couple of opportunities. They've not been able to take them, and the longer that goes on, maybe the more nervous they will get. Doyle's maybe not best advised to kick that ball away. He's just going to get a talking to from Chris Morrison.
Again, another great delivery into the box. You're just hoping that maybe does Doyle, I know he's hanging out the back post, but he can maybe see that and maybe go and attack it. Because Sean Brown's trying to flick that anywhere and doesn't get anything on it whatsoever.
Could he anticipate it better, or is that easier said than done?
I'm probably being a little bit harsh on him, but he's probably hanging out the back post in case it's maybe a loopy ball. Maybe there was too much pace on it for him to be able to make that run.
Just under 10 minutes of normal time remaining in the first half, plus whatever additional time we get. Groans from the home crowd as McEwen gets his footing wrong, and McCurry just wasn't able to get there in time. Led off for Newry City, and now they come quickly up the other end.
Led off there. I don't think McCurry was expecting this at all. If he's on his toes there, he gets that, but it's great covering back, great covering, fantastic covering to help his teammate out.
They are the moments that you just wonder what goes on, how that happens, and it can happen to anybody, but just a little lapse in concentration for a split second and it can swing things. They got away with it there.
As you say, Michael, it can happen to anyone. It's part and parcel of the game, but obviously too many times this season it's happened in Newry, and you know, you hear managers talking about individual errors, and managers get a lot of blame for stuff, but you know, once they cross that white line and they're making individual errors, it's not something that you're coaching, or it's not something that you're doing in a game plan. It's not related to anything to do with that. It's just individual errors.
Ballymena with the throw in. Markers touch tight. They were appealing, but the referee sees play develop. Taylor gets it to Rocks, who of course spent last season on loan at Newry City. Pretty straightforward for McGivern there, no real threat for him.
Yeah, take no chances there.
Ballymena United have the throw in. Newry City back defending. And they get the decision in their favour there as well. Brown. Taylor to McCallion. Nice idea with a little pass through there. Nearly ricocheted for them. Brown hadn't given up on it, but Healy, well, that shows you how much Brown hasn't given up on it. Healy's forced into a pass that he didn't really want to play. And Ryan McGivern can slow things down again. And Poynton did well with pressure behind them, but Newry City, well, you're one pass away from either looking very, very clever or being 1-0 down.
Yeah, Ballymena, they're pressing very aggressively.
Well, a quick free kick taken there. Solly, he's on his bike. He's got the shot away. He couldn't keep it down. Such quick thinking there, and there was no chance anyone in Ballymena United was catching him.
Great piece of invention there. Great speed of thought. He's got to hit the target. He's really got to hit the target there. You know, those are those little moments in seasons, and you know, goals change games, can change seasons, and you just think if Newry get that one, gives them a wee bit of impetus. Ballymena have to score two. You know, it just puts pressure on your opposition.
Had a couple of bites at the cherry now. One he's forced to save from Sean O'Neill, and that one he couldn't repeat that feat. Offside flag has gone up there. Well, the longer it goes on, the more nerves will naturally creep into this game.
Yeah. And you don't want to be that individual that makes that mistake.
Mitchell pinging it forwards. Nelson, good header from him. Well, McGivern's pointing. Conor Mitchell understands the assignment and finds Doyle. Little bauble there hasn't helped Healy. Rocks. Ballymena United. Well, was there a little left in there from Rocks? The referee might want another word with him. The fans right in front of it weren't too pleased, and it's a yellow card for Donal Rocks.
But it all comes from the energy and the work rate of the Ballymena players closing down the Newry defence and putting them under pressure. I think it was maybe a bit innocuous.
Not too much protestation. First booking of the night. Newry City 0, Ballymena United 0. Last we heard, Larne were winning in their game against Loughgall via Andy Ryan's goal.
First half is fluent.
It really has. Sally. Rocks. McCurry.
Johnny's in first time.
Waited on the ball. Waited for a more certain pass. He's trying to find it here. And well, that's where the experience of McGivern comes in, because if you aren't sure if that call's coming, don't wait for it, and he didn't. Scullion got a little shove in the back for his troubles there. He's going to get a free kick for his team.
You just think, you know, the longer the game goes on, especially the second half, you know, with those balls in behind, with the, you know, the speed of McCurry and, you know, McMurray in behind, you just think, you know, one of these times they're going to catch them out and they will get that ball across the box.
Well, seasons that nearly need to be examined to be believed for both teams. Newry City, who haven't won in their last 15 matches in the Premiership since their victory over Ballymena United back in October. Since then, a change in manager. Ballymena United, you look at the turnover of players that they've had. I know Newry City have made changes themselves as well. But, I mean, it is all the hallmarks of this hasn't been easy for us.
No, definitely not. You know, and as I say, Jim's been sort of thrown into the fire. He's done well. He's tried to manage it as best as he could. I wonder, did he know what he was, you know, coming into when he took over? You know, replacing someone, you know, with the stature of David Jeffrey. But, you know, as I said, they've been playing really good football. They've got some decent results at times. And, you know, you can see that there is potentially a team there.
It's good play from Boyle. Newry City were glancing along the line there to see if there was a flag forthcoming. There wasn't. Trying to get their bodies back in the box. Brown. Taylor, he was expecting a little curved run to come there. That wasn't. And Mitchell quickly glides across to gather, and he can usher his players a little further up the pitch. Still we wait for the breakthrough in this game. Will be interesting to be a fly on the wall at half-time and observe what kind of team talks the managers will give.
I think Jim will be probably the more happier. I think they've controlled the game in larger spells. They've got the ball down. They've got him behind them on numerous occasions.
And Newry?
Well, I think Barry Gray, he'd be wanting more from his players. I don't think they're much of a threat at this minute in time going forward. You know, they really don't look like they're going to carve Ballymena open, bar, you know, that little bit of, you know, magic with a quick free kick. And you just think that maybe Sally or somebody is going to have to do something a little bit special. I think they'll also try and get a handle on this guy and try and Barry will want more people on him. He's just an energizer bunny. He's everywhere.
Because he has that almost a free roll.
Yeah.
Difficult to try and know what to do with him, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very difficult. You go man mark him, he'll lose you because he's got that speed of thought.
Back on the ball again here, Taylor. Gliding across the surface. McMurray, well, they keep coming, and it's a shot. Another attempt for Calvin McCurry. And Mitchell gathers well.
You know, Mitchell's done well tonight. You know, he's came for crosses. He's been very comfortable with his hands. You know, the pitch is very, very difficult. He's covered both posts very well. But you just think it looks like a matter of time. You know, half time may be coming too quick.
The board go up there. Sorry, Tim. 1 minute of additional time added on. Just too quick.
Yeah, maybe Ballymena just don't want the half to end because they're on the ascendancy at the minute. They're causing Newry. I don't know. They're just looking like they're on the back foot. You know, just watching the body language of the players as well. Not that they look defeated, but they just don't look the way they did it in the first 15-20 minutes of the game.
Well, we've seen Ballymena a good few times this season, and Calvin McCurry has definitely improved them. They look more dangerous in the final third, and there's been times this season where they've got the ball in those areas and never looked like getting a shot away, whereas tonight they can point to the fact that they've done that. But the most important statistic, as you can see along the top, tells us both teams are locked level as the whistle sounds and the players make their way off at half-time. Newry City have had to do a bit more of the defending in this half, although Adam Sally has carved open a couple of chances, largely of his own making. Whilst for Ballymena United, their attack has come through that front pairing of McMurray and Calvin McCurry, but neither side have been able to get the better of the opposing keeper, which leaves us with a half-time score here at the Newry Showgrounds of Newry City 0, Ballymena United 0.
When you step out onto the field or find your place on the ground,
Hate ads? Want to listen to your music in peace? Sign up for SoundCloud Go so you can listen ad-free and offline. With SoundCloud, you have access to more music than any other streaming platform. Your subscription also directly benefits independent artists, paying them more based on your listens. Sign up for SoundCloud Go today.
Fingertips were made to touch your skin. Days only last for a minute. I never questioned why. I always knew you were mine. Loving you is in my DNA. Yeah, loving you is the only way. Yeah, loving you is in my DNA.
you know.
It's murder on the dance floor, but you better not kill the groove, DJ. Gonna burn this goddamn house right down. Oh, I know about your kind. And so I'll have to play. If you think you're getting away, I will prove you wrong. I'll take you all the way. Boy, just come along. Hear me when I say, hey. It's murder on the dance floor, but you better not kill the groove. Hey, it's murder on the dance floor, but you better not steal the moves, DJ. Gonna burn this goddamn house right down. Oh, I know. There may be others, and so. You'll just have to pray. If you think you're getting away, I will prove you wrong. I'll take you all the way. Say another song, I'll blow you all away. Hey, it's murder on the dance floor, but you better not kill the groove. Hey, it's murder on the dance floor, but you better not steal the moves, DJ. Gonna turn this house around somehow. Murder on the dance floor, but you better not kill the groove. Hey, it's murder on the dance floor, but you better not steal the moves, DJ. Gonna burn this goddamn house right down. Don't think you'll get away, I will prove you wrong. I'll take you all the way. Boy, just come along. Hear me when I say, hey. It's murder on the dance floor, but you better not kill the groove. It's murder on the dance floor, but you better not steal the moves, DJ. Gonna burn this goddamn house right down. It's murder on the dance floor, but you better not kill the groove. Hey, it's murder on the dance floor, but you better not steal the moves, DJ. Gonna burn this goddamn house right down. It's murder on the dance floor, but you better not kill the groove. Hey, it's murder on the dance floor, but you better not steal the moves, DJ. Gonna burn this goddamn house right down. Oh, I know. But you better not kill the groove.
As you promised me that I was more than all the miles combined, you must have had yourself a change of heart like halfway through the drive, because your voice trailed off exactly as you passed my exit sign. Kept on driving straight and left our future to the right. Now I am stuck between my anger and the blame that I can't face, and memories of something even smoking weed does not replace. And I am terrified of weather, cause I see you when it rains. Doc told me to travel, but there's COVID on the planes. And I love Vermont, but it's the season of the sticks. And I saw your mom, she forgot that I existed. And it's half my fault, but I just like to play the victim. I'll drink alcohol till my friends come home for Christmas, and I'll dream each night of some version of you that I might not have, but I did not lose. Now your tire tracks in one pair of shoes, and I'm still split in half, but that'll have to do. So I thought that if I piled something good and all my bad, that I could cancel out the darkness I inherited from Dad. No, I am no longer funny, cause I missed the way you laughed. You once called me forever, now you still can't call me back. And I love Vermont, but it's the season of the sticks. And I saw your mom, she forgot that I existed. And it's half my fault, but I just like to play the victim. I'll drink alcohol till my friends come home for Christmas, and I'll dream each night of some version of you that I might not have, but I did not lose. Now you're tire tracks and one pair of shoes, and I'm split in half, but that'll have to do. Oh, that'll have to do. My other half was you. I hope this pain's just passing through, but I doubt it. And I love Vermont, but it's the season of the sticks. And I saw your mom, she forgot that I existed. And it's half my fault, but I just like to play the victim. I'll drink alcohol till my friends come home for Christmas, and I'll dream each night of some version of you that I might not have, but I did not lose. Now you're tire tracks and one pair of shoes, and I'm split in half. That'll have to do, have to do.
I try to discover a little something to make me sweeter. Oh baby, the refrain from breaking my heart. I'm so in love with you, I'll be forever blue. That you give me no reason why you make me work so hard. No, that you give me, no, that you give me, no, that you give me no soul. I hear you calling, oh baby, please give a little respect to me. And if I should falter, you open your arms out to me. We can make love, not war, and live in peace with our hearts. I'm so in love with you, I'll be forever blue. What religion or reason could drive a man to forsake his lover? Don't you tell me no, don't you tell me no, don't you tell me no, don't you tell me no soul. I hear you calling, oh baby, please give a little respect to me.
Hey Tads, want to listen to your music in peace? Sign up for SoundCloud Go so you can listen.
Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion. Like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. And all those things I didn't say were wrecking balls inside my brain. I will scream loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now, I'll be strong. I'll fight.
This game, and I think Jim will be confident enough. As I say, they're mainly controlling the game, but at the same time they can't be complacent because Newry do have the wherewithal to get in behind them. As I said, yeah, there's players on the bench and McGovern and McCaffrey, and it'll just be interesting to see at what stage of the game, depending on how the score goes, when they get introduced.
And Newry City haven't emerged just yet. We're seeing the officials having a little look at the watch, whether that's a last-minute bang in the door.
Yeah, Barry's obviously trying to give them one last hurrah, because as we spoke about before, once they come out of that tunnel and they cross the white line, there's nothing more you can do to help them. Yes, you can shout and call it from the sideline, but any special instructions, you're going to have to do it all in the change room now. But I don't know whether it's a good sign or a bad sign that they're still in there, but here they come now. And I think it's, as we spoke about before in commentary, it's up to Newry to take the game to Ballymena now. It's you have 45 minutes to change your season. Really, it's. I'm not saying if they don't win this or that they're down, or if they lose it they're down, or whatever. If they draw it, they're still 6 points behind with a game in hand. But games in hand, you'd rather have the points. So for me, I think the longer the game goes on, and if it does stay a stalemate, I think they're going to have to gamble.
Well, you can just imagine, can't you, being on the receiving end of that sort of instruction, but it does sharpen the focus. It does really bring us all right back to this moment that we have now as we prepare for the kickoff of the second half. 45 minutes, the biggest 45 minutes of the season for both Newry City and Ballymena United so far. There will no doubt be other thrills and spills from here, but can anyone make themselves a hero in this meeting of the bottom two in the Sports Direct Premiership? Neither side, it would appear, have made any further alterations at the break. The one change in the first half was for Newry City. That was the introduction of Georgie Poynton for Ball, who went off with an injury. Healy asking for it back again from Bagnall. Knew Taylor was approaching, so quickly tried to stab it round the corner, not able to find anybody in blue and white there. Taylor's feet just move faster than other players, don't they?
Yeah. Twinkle toes.
Just imagining the Scrappy-Doo sound effect, the legs hammering away.
He's so slight as well, he's got a great first touch.
Newry fullback taking the throw in, trying to squeeze a pass through there, which Boyle was able to intercept, but McGivern saw it coming, sends it forwards, and McCulloch starting the head tennis. Forward will want to try and impact the game more in this second half. We saw flashes of what he could do in the first half.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head, in the first half, Michael. You were saying about, people taking that extra touch, maybe not potentially moving the ball quickly enough to try and catch, Ballymena off guard, or to try and catch them. The only time they did it was the quick free kick.
Nelson finding McMurray there, who was clattered.
That's been a good battle between those two, McGivern and McMurray.
Just a little arm across the back, nothing too severe, but McMurray went down in front of the ref. That was always going to be awarded. Don't think it's the last time tonight we're going to see those two. Header just a little askew there, couldn't reach Boyle, but he does well not just to get on the ball, but to get his body between ball and man.
Their work rate, Ballymena, I think, out of possession has been fantastic. When they lose the ball or they give the ball away, as quickly as they can, everyone's a defender, everybody tries to win the ball back.
Well, it is one of the first qualities that people talk about. You know, you can control that yourself. You can control how hard you work. There are things in football that are out of your, you know, your gift, but that is one of them.
Yeah, and if you are a player and you are having a, you know, an off day, you're having a game, you can still always work hard. You know, you can do whatever. If things aren't working for you, the team's not playing well, everybody, as long as you work harder than your opponent, you'll do okay.
And it's infectious in a positive sense as well, isn't it? When you see someone else putting in that sort of effort, it encourages you to replicate that.
Absolutely, and normally you say to the strikers, look, you know, we start up top first, you know, use our first line of defence, and you know, and it really does have a ripple effect right through the team.
Long ball from Sean O'Neill, met by the head of Healy. Newry City trying to see if they can cause some early problems since the restart for the visitors. Still the best chances they have had have come through Adam Solly. Offside flag will halt them there, much to their frustration.
Yeah, it was just decision making from Healy there. You know, he had a man wide who was in a 1v1 situation. You know, just slip it to him and go on the overlap or go make a run beyond him.
Sean O'Neill in no immediate rush, just encouraging his players to get into position as he sends this one forwards. McMurray, the intended recipient, wasn't able to get there. Nelson, well, might have just got caught after he kicked that, and he made sure to let the assistant on the near side know about it. Forward. Almost worked out for him. Sally wasn't far off reaching that one.
No, it was a good idea. You know, Newry have come out with a wee bit more impetus in the second half and are obviously trying to get in behind them. A lot of long balls as well. They're trying to ruffle up Ballymena a bit.
Well, every manager has their trademark. Barry Gray's sides are usually not, you know, the shyest.
Yeah.
Thinking of a diplomatic way to say that. But they are defending here. Donal Rocks does well to get that out of his feet. And that's a great delivery in, and McMurray will know that that was a real opportunity and one that has gone begging.
Yeah, he's got to connect it. He's got to hit the target. It's a golden opportunity.
He had the time in the centre, but he didn't have the composure.
No, I don't know whether his standing foot slipped. I would need to see it again, but you know, it's an error shot. He completely misses the ball.
Well, all 4 of his goals this term have been at Warden Street. I think I can't remember him netting on any away days this season, but he really will feel like he should have scored there. Offside flag coming up, but the referee just spots the flag there and gives that one. Wasn't sure if they were going to allow the goal kick for a moment, but there we are.
Yeah, I think Brown just held on to it a bit. We'll see it again here. It's a great delivery, and he picks him out. Yeah, it's one of those ones. You know, he's trying to hit on the volley as it skims off the grass. But you know, no better man than Johnny to try and do that. But for me, it's a missed opportunity.
Just the 1 league goal, 3 in cup competitions for Johnny McMurray this season. And at times that has been symptomatic of the lack of service that there has been for forward players.
Well, you can see why Ballymena have only scored 6 goals away from home. You know, it's...
Could well be the night where only one does it. We shall see. It could equally be the sort of night where the first goal opens the floodgates entirely. At the moment, we are locked level at 0-0.
I see a lot of players starting to slip now. The pitch is starting to dig up a little bit.
Yeah, there has been a fine rain for a little while here, hasn't there? And mucky surfaces as well. All adds to the precarious position that defenders find themselves in when balls arrive into the area. You wouldn't want to be the player that slipped tonight when it mattered. Taylor. McCulloch. Good play from him. It's a nice ball, McCurry. He just wants to get onto his right side there. He's found Boyle. This is good from Ballymena United. Now with Brown. McGivern, he did just enough.
Yeah, it's just last gasp defending, isn't it? You know, again, it's another decent ball in from Sean Brown. You can just see him pulling wide, waiting on the ball coming in. You know, sometimes maybe even mix it up, put one in the air. But, you know, great defending again from McGivern. And Ballymena's just starting to turn the heat up a little bit.
Dylan Boyle. McCulloch, you can see what he was trying to do, wanted to bring it down. Didn't fancy a Van Basten attempt.
No. But, oh, that was close.
Offside flag is up. Exasperation from the forward. And no hesitation at restarting play from the hosts.
I just don't think Newry are committing enough men forward, Michael. You know, even when they're trying to get on the counter attack, even when forwards picking the ball up, there's only one person ahead of him, you know, and there's 4 or 5 Ballymena players back. So it's going to be very, very difficult for them.
Noel Healy offering himself again there, and instead Doyle looking inside, and there wasn't anybody there. That'll frustrate teammates with wayward passes.
I wouldn't imagine it would be too long before we potentially see some movement in the dugout from a Newry point of view. You know, I can see the coaches having, the manager having a little confab at the minute.
Yellow card for Bagnall. That moves him level with Billy Joe Burns as the most booked player in the Premiership this season. Both have been cautioned 14 times.
So that, again, as you can see, they're a decent delivery in the box, and you know, balls in the box causing teams problems, and that could fall anywhere, and especially in a night like this.
Lawrence still 1-0 up against Loughgall. Some big games in the other tiers as well going on tonight. Such an important night across the Northern Ireland Football League. North Down Derby, Bangor and Ards, they're 1-1 at this moment in time, and at half-time Limavady United, that's an 8 o'clock kick-off, they were 1-0 up in their match against Warrenpoint Town, and Limavady top of the PIL at the moment, so crucial games across the country.
You know, you can see the 3 guys there. They're obviously maybe concerned and maybe looking to see. It's a case of, you know, stick or twist. What do you do? I think that's about the 5th or 6th time Johnny's been called offside.
And that is what his manager's pointing out, and I would say it's a passionate defence from the forward there, who feels he's done as much as he can. That's the PG version of what we heard there.
But it is frustrating because, you know, just, you know, look along the line, or, you know, from an experienced player like Johnny, because he's standing in an offside position.
Yeah, there's not really much of an excuse there, but sometimes firing a player up can provoke a good response from them. We shall see. That was sliced not too handsomely. Carved across the box by Ford, but not with any real conviction, and Taylor can send it away, and McCurry stretching to try and hold it up was bested by McEwen.
Great, well done.
Very good defending, easy to get caught under that one, but Brown not only reading that one right, but now sprinting forwards and helping his team. They're running out of space. They've invited the challenge from Healy, and they'll have the throw in.
Yeah, it's great experience. You know, I know Sean Brown's on loan from Larne, but a great experience for him to come and, you know, play here, play full-time football, play Premier League football, and, you know, get game time under his belt.
Spent the first half of the season at Bangor. That experience has served him well, and now developing with Premiership minutes.
I think Johnny was making sure he actually wasn't offside there, because, to be honest, he probably should have went a little bit earlier to try and get that. It was a fantastic ball into the box. I don't think he wanted Jim shouting at him again.
Connor Mitchell was happy to see that one.
Yeah, I think he actually just slipped, to be fair.
Well, that conversation is still going on with the Newry City bench there.
I still don't see anybody warming up yet.
We'll see. Normally the half-hour mark is the golden time. McCulloch. Taylor. Patient build-up from Ballymena United as they try and frustrate Newry City, try and draw them out. McCurry. Well, he's looking across, and he was expecting more than a goal kick anyway.
Yeah. McGivern's got through some work tonight. No, I think he just slips. He does very well, McGivern. You're coming up to the 60-minute mark when, you know, a lot of teams will start to change it. I guess they're probably looking at it going, well, you know, who do we change, where do we change them, how do we fit them into the team? You know, if we put 2 attacking players on, do we, you know, then risk of losing the game? And
well, for so many people, I'm sure it's, you know, almost watch from behind the sofa stuff, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Because the longer it goes on, half an hour to go, you're waiting to see who blinks first. Lovely changing of gears there from Boyle. And he's pushed that one nicely into the path of McCurry. Just bobbled there, and I think that's why he felt he had to reset, but he's picked out a really good pass, and it's excellent tracking back from Lorcan Ford.
yeah, it's great covering back there. You could see McCulloch, he thought his eyes lit up there. He thought he was just going to volley it into the net. It's actually a decent ball. You're right, it did bobble up only. It took a bit of time, but great covering back. That's what you want.
Well, it takes everybody to put in a shift, and Ford, as much as he would rather be in the other end, trying to latch on to things back there, helping out. That ball's just got a bit more grease on it to it after landing in the puddle. Lots of movement in the centre.
Great delivery.
And players down quickly, picking themselves back up. Brown hoisting it. It's a cracking ball back in as well from Robinson. He watched it. Brown again. Well, he's found
It's
a good bit of energy, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's sustained pressure now. And you think it's only a matter of time, and you probably, you know, you're thinking about making a substitution from Barry, but then you're going, do you wait till you're 1 down if you concede, and then you're chasing the game? And
Penny for your thoughts, Gaffer. If we do this, can we do that? What do you think? That water bottle's taking a tune.
it is all right. There's not much left of it.
McCulloch. Well, the referee just having a little look at some of the holding going on in the centre. Players down on the ground. They'll quickly pick themselves back up when the ball arrives. It's Taylor. It's mishit, and it's comfortably wide.
I mean, they're defending for their lives, Newry. You know, they're doing everything you want. You know, it's difficult to defend. I mean, it's a fantastic ball in. Keeper does well and comes. You know, they're throwing their bodies in front of the ball. They're trying to clear the lines. You know, it's just how long, Michael. You know, there's a cuts of 30 minutes left.
Feels like every time the ball drops, there's someone from Ballymena ready to hit it. Newry City, in fairness to them, are finding bodies to throw in front of them. That isn't all good fortune, but it's not likely to be something you can keep replicating. Scullion trying to splice that defence open.
think there's probably a lot more composure from the Ballymena team in possession as well. You know, they're calm, they're composed, they're waiting for the right moment.
Well, you can get involved. You can let us know your thoughts on the game so far and how that relegation battle's shaping up at BBC Sport and I, and use the hashtag BBC Irish Prem. Always good to know your thoughts on things. And with things at the other end the way they're going, Lauren, if they hold on tonight, we'll go top of the table. Linfield playing tomorrow, of course.
Yeah, it makes things interesting, doesn't it, Michael, at the top?
And Cliftonville are keeping an eye on matters as well. I know they were frustrated in the end with a draw against Glentoran, but given the half-time score in that game, that could end up being a very important point for them.
Absolutely. Always in the game, with your game in hand, you're always looking to get something from the game, and you know, to be 2-0 down at half-time, and it was a dominant display from Glentoran in the first half, but you know, the second half again a game of two halves, literally.
Well, that fine rain is just looks like it's got a little bit heavier. We'll add to the zippy surface. It ain't pretty. Taylor, Nelson, and that is offside. Just having a little look here. Is there an injury? Oh, well, we do have some great guests in the crowd. Mike Riley, head of refereeing, is here. Andy Davies sitting alongside him. They asked me not to scud the officials after I complimented the first half performance, but you are able to see an interview with Mike Riley coming up in the halftime feature in our coming games, so make sure you keep an eye out for them. Coleraine against Linfield on Friday will be your first opportunity to do that.
I think I can see...
That's a painful one, all right.
Somebody warming up.
Well,
I thought I seen McGovern coming out of the dugout there, but maybe he's...
He's a tough boy. I think he'll be all right once he gets patched up, but they've got the replacement shirt ready, and as you say, John McGovern is prepared to come on at the earliest opportunity. So Newry City a man light in midfield for the time being, whilst Bagnall swaps into a different jersey. Well, they're still working away.
Yeah, the blood still coming from his nose, and they probably won't let him on until they probably stop it.
And they've said, here, give us that shirt, please. We don't have an extra blood shirt.
Hold on. They're going to stick us on 30 here and get on a quick wash.
Well, he's very keen to come back on. Testament to his
he's
character. He's a warrior, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a warrior. He's a battler. You know, someone that gives everything for, you know, the jersey and the team he's playing for. Fantastic player.
Well, they've got him patched up. He wasn't expecting to show off his physique tonight on the BBC, but he'll be back on the pitch in just a moment. Now sporting the number 43. That'll be a great pub quiz question if he ends up doing something special between now and the end of the game, won't it?
Yeah.
What number was Liam Bagnall wearing? Well, that one drifting out of play.
So we've got you've Joe McGovern coming on. What a player! You know, a lot of top clubs interested in him start of last season. I know a few clubs that trying to sign him, but he wanted to stay at Newry. He had the option, had the choice to go, but wanted to stay.
Only 12 appearances this season due to injury. Frustrating time for him, the man that's been capped 8 times by Northern Ireland's under-21s. He's going to replace Brandon Doyle, and this is his 99th appearance for Newry City.
It's leg for leg. Somebody will just go through. Imagine he'll just go through the middle.
It's a new conundrum for the Ballymena defenders to try and solve.
Well, it's a positive change from Barry Gray. You know.
Well, we've all spoken about what this game means, how much it matters having someone on that's going to run at defences, and when the game gets stretched, be able to potentially exploit that. That's why he is on.
Yeah.
But over on the far side, we're just seeing this file, and we're going to see booking.
Yeah, you don't want to be nutmegging down in your own half. Charge trying to nutmeg.
Walking forward has been cautioned.
Like it's a very good front three. You know, looking forward at Adam Sally and John McGovern. It is a really good front three.
Will they be able to have that moment? That's what they're looking for, that real chance to come their way. A couple of bites in the first half at it, not really anything to write home about in this second half for Newry City. Ballymena United look like the team most likely to score first. In it comes from McCulloch. Well, everybody's ended up in a heap there. And we're going to have a stoppage in play as underneath the pyramid of bodies.
It's just probably as well there's no VAR, because I think they all just tangled each other. I think Connor Mitchell obviously came for it, but he couldn't get through. There was about 8 players in front of him. There was another great delivery in by McCulloch. He has that in his locker.
Well, it might have actually been the swinging leg of the keeper, I wonder, as he came for the ball. Robinson, it is.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting that.
Connor Mitchell's taken about 4 of them out there, 2 of his own players as well.
Went flying through the air, and
there's
Jimmy Robinson's fine. Johnny McMurray's just sat himself down.
Could be a change imminent from Ballymena.
Yeah, they're looking to bring Noah Stewart on, who is the top goal scorer this season, 6 goals across all competitions, and incredibly 4 of those goals have come against Coleraine. He's coming on, and it is going to be McMurray that heads off, so the seasoned striker won't get a goal in this one. Youth on for experience, the 19-year-old Noah Stewart.
That's another headache for the Newry defence, you know. Another young lad on, wee bit of pace in behind.
So the first alteration made by Jim Irvin. Will that bring about rewards? Barry Gray is adamant that there was pushing and shoving going on there. It'll be a couple of weeks before his hearing, I believe, for his appeal. He was slapped with a 6-game suspension and the club fined £1,000. That's all pending the outcome of his hearing. The head of refereeing watches on as Barry decides to maybe tone it down a little bit and head back into the dugout.
Yeah, the 4th official's got his work cut out down there, doesn't he?
Well, we have to, respect and understand, as well as respecting and understanding officials, the pressure both managers are under.
Absolutely, I've been there. Yeah. It's very difficult to sit there and not say anything, especially if you see something.
Nelson. McGivern did well to stretch a leg out and get his foot on that. This is promising for Ballymena. Brown, it's in, and it's Noah Stewart. He's only been on the pitch a matter of minutes, and one of his first touches is to score.
Fantastic. He actually started the move, Michael. He actually skipped inside past 2 players, did a really good ball, and I think it was into Taylor. Taylor spreads it right ball wide to Brown, and Brown plays the best ball you can play in the game in between the keeper and the defenders. And the good thing about Stewart is he just follows it in. Look at this for a ball. You can't defend that. It was fantastic. What a ball. It's just waiting for someone to put it in.
A superb delivery. A massive goal in this relegation battle. Ballymena United are hoping for bigger breathing space, and Newry City have been hit with a real hammer blow. They need to now come back from a goal down, and we have 16 minutes of normal time for them to do that.
Yeah, it's pressure now.
Well, 2 of their 3 clean sheets in the Premiership this season. Newry City have been against Ballymena United. Clean sheet gone here. An inspired substitution from Jim Irvin has brought very quick rewards for his team. And the hosts had only just made a change to their front line. They're now going to need to make sure that those players see the ball. We might be in for a ding-dong ending. Mitchell watching the bounce and getting it.
Yeah, they're going to have to gamble now. They're going to have to risk players. They're going to have to get more bodies forward. They're going to have to get some of their midfield forwards as well. Oh,
and they might just get that opportunity now. Nelson, he slipped. They'll take the corner.
Yeah.
No room for the shot. And how do Ballymena United react now? A goal up, do they think that's enough? Do they need to push for a second? At the moment they are defending. And they will defend again.
Probably looking at better delivery and just a...
Well, we're seeing there Larne now 2-0 up against Loughgall. They are heading top of the table tonight. Andy Ryan with a brace. McGivern went front post for it. It's a quick response. And of course it is. Adam Sally. It sparked a massive reaction in the crowd. And Ballymena United's lead is short-lived as Newry City pegged them back.
Fantastic delivery. You know, his first delivery didn't clear the front post. This here is a wonder delivery. And what a header. And you're probably, if you're Jim Irvine, if you're being critical, you're asking who's marking probably the best header of the ball in the Newry team. And he's standing free. There's no one anywhere near him. Fair play to Newry, great response. I think we're in for a great final 15 minutes.
Do not go anywhere.
Well, at least we got goals, Michael.
Well, that's Newry City's 7th home goal of the season, right after Ballymena United got their 7th away goal of the season. Can anyone take their tally to 8? Can anyone go and grab those 3 points? And the fans who at one end were jubilant are now a little more nervous. The fans who were feeling completely downbeat are now bouncing. It's football.
Yeah, and you're always vulnerable when you score. You know, they say that's when you're most vulnerable. And well, couldn't have been more than a couple of minutes, Michael.
That's all it was. Poynton's very well delivered set piece. And Sally, like any good forward, knew where to be.
Yeah. And
planted his header beyond Sean O'Neill.
Well, you can see already they are still committing players forward. They're not resting. Newry, they're going for it.
Well, the rain's getting heavier. Just everything seems more dramatic all of a sudden. You can feel the nervousness now. You really can. Everybody is wondering, can they win it? And also praying that they don't lose it simultaneously.
Yeah, you're just looking a wee bit more quality. The idea is right. You know, he's taking one touch, and you know, at this stage of the game, you know, when you're needing goals, you know, especially with the players that you have up front, you know, if you need to go long and put the ball in there, just do it.
Well, what players will have the capacity to stay cool, to not panic from here? Feels a lot more open. Newry's defence were sitting deep. That was onside. The ball is hacked away. Ballymena United will come again.
Yeah, I mean, it's Larkin Ford trying to nutmeg somebody on the far side again. They get the ball taken off them. Ballymena going the, I'm sure Ronnie Gray's going nuts in the sideline.
Well, I wonder, will he think about making any further changes? Does have the likes of Jamie McDonough that he could call upon. Nothing John McGovern was going to be able to do with that one.
No, you wouldn't have caught that in a Suzuki. And other motorbikes.
Thank you, Tim. He was pointing where he wanted the pass afterwards just to try and help his teammate out.
But the difference a goal brings you, Michael, you know, they're now that they're playing on the front foot. They're trying to go forward. They know they can score. It's just give the whole team a lift. It's give the crowd a lift.
When you think of what Premiership football, which it won't be determined tonight, but you think of what it means for teams financially, of course, as well. But a club with a rich history of Ballymena United, they don't want to drop out of this top division. And Newry City, who came through so much and worked so hard to get back here. Yep. And you think of how they did last season as well with their finish. They've had such big changes in the last year, both these teams, and neither wants to give up the fight.
No, and it's going to be tough for, you know, realistically, you know, probably one or two of them is going to go down, and it's just unfortunate. But they'll not give up without a fight, and they'll go right to the end.
And we are seeing that. Noah Stewart with the breakthrough goal before Solly, minutes later, found an equaliser. That's a straightforward decision. It's a yellow card, and no complaints there from Poynton.